Dear friends, welcome to the Wednesday Word on Wednesday the 30th of March. In January and February, the Parochial Church Council took part in the 5-week Living in Love and Faith course, which is part of the Church of England's discussion about human identity, sexuality, relationships and marriage. Most PCC members attended the course, and we discussed our response to the course at the PCC meeting on the 21st of March. I wrote a paper for that meeting, which the PCC agreed I should share with the Church, making it clear that this is my personal response and not that of the PCC as a whole. And you can read the whole paper through the link on the daily update. As evangelical Christians, the Bible is our supreme authority in what we believe and how we live. That, of course, begs the question of how we interpret the Bible, and I do try to address that in my paper. When it comes to thinking about human sexuality, my starting point is Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, where the writer links the creation of mankind in God's image to them being male and female. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them, male and female he created them. In the next chapter, after describing the creation of Eve as a partner for Adam, the writer comments, "For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother, and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh." That's chapter 2 and verse 24. Applying this first marriage to all human marriages. Then Paul, in his letter to the Ephesians, quotes this verse and takes it a step further, saying that marriage is a picture of Christ's relationship with his church. This is a profound mystery, but I'm talking about Christ and the church, he says. And in the final book of the Bible, that marriage is fully consummated in the description of the marriage of the church to the Lamb in Revelation chapter 21. Marriage as a model of Christ's relationship with his church breaks down if marriage is not between a man and a woman, for it depends on the difference between Christ and the church. Christ cannot marry Christ any more than the church can marry the church. This is one of the reasons why the Bible is never positive about homosexual sexual relationships. The one flesh relationship of marriage is fundamentally heterosexual in the Bible. And this is the reason why I would not feel able to bless a gay relationship or marry a gay couple if either were permitted by the Church of England. But having said all this, the picture of Christ's passionate love for his church is a powerful incentive for us to be as welcoming as inclusive as Christ. I want St Matthew's in the Minster to be known as the most loving place in Cheltenham, which welcomes anyone, whoever they are, regardless of their sexuality, gender identity, or living arrangements. Now, some will think that that's impossible to hold the position that I've outlined above and be welcoming to all. But this is just what Jesus was like. To the Samaritan woman at the well, in John chapter 4, Jesus is loving and accepting despite her many adulterous relationships, and she was clearly attracted to him. But Jesus was also able to address her relationships without her feeling rejected. This is what I would love our church to be like. A church which is so passionate about Jesus that everyone senses his love and unconditional welcome. But I also want us to be a church which is so passionate about Jesus that we hear him speaking to us about all aspects of our lives, not just our sexuality or our identity, as together we all become more holy and conformed to Jesus' likeness. So this is the point that I've reached thus far, and I feel that I owe it to the church family to make my position clear. I realise not everybody will agree with me, and that what I've written begs as many questions as it answers. So let's continue the conversation, study the Bible together in more detail, and bear with each other in love. God bless you today.